Hi, welcome to the Amoretti Test Kitchen. I'm Lauren, and today we won't be actually making a recipe. We are going to be learning about our use levels. Woo! This is something that people ask me all the time. How much of your product do I put in my icing or my cake batter or my ice cream? And it's going to be different for everybody and how big your batch is. All of our products have a use level printed right on the label. So right here I have our wild strawberry compound, and the use level for this is 3 to 5% by weight. So that means we are going to need to weigh our batter before we add this in. So we'll be doing 3 product lines. I have them all in the same flavor, wild strawberry. So we have a compound, we have our artisan natural flavor, and we have a water-soluble extract. And again, the use level is printed on all of the bottles. This artisan has a 3 to 5% use level. Some of our artisans could have an 8 to 10%. So it just really depends on flavor. Always check. Don't assume that it's the same as the last flavor that you use. So what I have here is 450 grams of whipped cream. I'm going to divide this into 3 bowls, so 150 grams per bowl. Put your bowl on the scale. So if you are mixing in a bowl, make sure, weigh your bowl beforehand, because once your batter is in the bowl, it's gonna be hard to get an accurate weight of your batch. Let's just divide into 3 bowls. At 150, there we go. And just for ease of use, I'm going to put the rest into another small bowl. So I just whipped this up with a whisk. I put a little bit of agave in there to add a little bit of sweetness, because we can use this to top some other desserts in the future, save it in the fridge or something. We have our 3 bowls of whipped cream here. I think I'm going to start with our compound flavor. Our compound is a very, very balanced flavor. In the case of fruit flavors, it contains the real fruit. It also provides some sweetness, some tartness, very bold flavor, but on a very, very balanced level. So you're not gonna have more acidity than sweetness. It's gonna be right on par with each other. They also have beautiful color. Our compounds are ideal for if you're making a strawberry cake and you want that cake to have a beautiful, bright red color. Many of our compounds contain artificial color, so that's what helps hold the color into your cake during the baking process. A lot of times with natural color, when you put it in the oven and it hits high temperatures, that color kind of bakes off, but the flavor will still be there. So with our compounds, you won't have to worry about the color baking off. And you can also, if you don't want that artificial color, most of the flavors are available in natural and artificial color, and you can purchase that directly on our website. With no more ado, let's figure out the use level for this. So we know we have 150 grams here of whipped cream. Next, you're gonna wanna reach into your pocket, because we all have our phones in there, and pull out your calculator. So what I have is a product with a 3 to 5% use level. So I'm going to take 150 times 0.03, which is 3%. That gives you the lowest use level. So that would be 4.5 grams. If we want to figure out the highest use level, 150 multiplied by 0.05, 7.5 grams. And we're doing this in grams because grams is the absolute most accurate way to measure and weigh something. It gets it really, really down to the just like nitty gritty. It can be very accurate. You're not going to over or undercompensate in any way. So with this, we're gonna go and add that in at our lowest use level. So I have it on my scale. My scale is zeroed out. I'm going to add in 4.5 grams. I had to smell it. This literally smells like candy. I don't know, like a fruit roll-up or something. When you get those little fruit bars that are strawberry flavored, literally smells just like it. We'll add that in very carefully. And let's give it a good mix. So as you can see, at the lowest use level, you got slight color. It's a nice pinkish color. You still get a lot of that fragrance. And it's really just a beautiful, beautiful, nice light pink whipped cream. So again, let's add it in at that 5% level. So we're gonna put this on the scale, going to zero it out, and we just want 3 more grams. And let's mix her up. So you get a little bit more color with this, a nice pale strawberry pink. But again, it's super simple. You can apply this to any of our products. Say it has a 2% use level. You're going to multiply your total batch weight by 0.02. And that will give you the amount of product you want to add into your batch. So here is our wild strawberry compound whipped cream. And next, let's flavor this one with wild strawberry artisan. So because our wild strawberry artisan has the same use level, we'll again be starting with 4.5 grams and then we'll boost it up to 7.5. And with our artisans, they are naturally colored, naturally flavored, naturally sweetened, and they do not contain any preservatives. These are great when you're flavoring ice creams or icings and any kind of cold application, because these do have an emphasis on acidity, and that acidity really helps to cut through high fat applications, especially ice cream. So when it's cold and high fat, this really allows the flavor to shine through. It smells so good. All of them smell absolutely amazing. I just want to eat all these bowls of whipped cream when we're done. Slowly add it in. Let's mix it in. And since our artisans do have natural color, if you were to put this in your cake batter, which is totally fine, you can put it in your cake batter, you can bake it, it's still gonna get that bold flavor. The only thing is the color may bake out slightly. You aren't gonna have as bold of a color as it was before you put it in after baking it. So when introduced to high heat, the color does tend to fade a little bit. But it is nice because it is a natural color, and we use plants to color them. So nothing weird, just anything that you would find in nature. So we have a nice light pink here, and that is at our 3% use level. So let's add it in at the full 5%. So again, put this on the scale, zero it out. Don't forget to zero it out. And we're gonna add in 3 more grams, very carefully. And what I like to do when I'm testing recipes, I will calculate the use level by the weight of the batch. And then after I know how many grams, I'll just go and get a measuring spoon and figure out how many teaspoons it is, or tablespoons, or however much it is, in an easy way for you guys to measure it. So all of the recipes that you're finding on our website, they go by these use level guidelines. We've just taken this step out of it, so it's easier for you to follow the recipe. But they're all created based upon what we're doing right here. So let's give her a little twirl. You can see how beautiful it is mixing in. This is my favorite part, especially if you're using a stand mixer and you're mixing in one of our products that has super vibrant color. It's just mesmerizing. It's so beautiful to watch. So there you have it, a beautiful, beautiful wild strawberry whipped cream using our natural wild strawberry artisan flavor. Again, perfect for pretty much any application. You can use it in cake batters, you can use it in cookies, but the reason that this item was created was specifically for cold use. So it really, really shines bright when you're using it in things like ice cream, smoothies, sorbets, anything to that matter. So lastly, you guys, we are going to be doing our wild strawberry extract. This one has a very, very low use level. Our extracts typically have a 0.5 or a 1% use level. This one in particular has a 0.5% use level. So that's a little bit lower than usual, and it makes it a little bit more difficult to calculate. At least it was in my head when I was first learning this. I'm like, okay, I can do 1%, I can do anything like that, but how the heck do I do 0.5? It's really easy. Let's take 150 grams times 0.005.75 grams. So that's a super low use level. That's gonna be probably like a 1/4 teaspoon of product. You're not gonna need to use much of this. This is a very strong flavor. Our extracts are good for literally every application. They can be used in cake batters, icings, cookies. The one thing to keep in mind with them though is they're available in water soluble, which is what I'm using right now, and they're also available in oil soluble. Water soluble is good for most applications. Oil soluble is what you'll want to use if you're working in a high oil or oil-based application. So for chocolate, if you're trying to flavor your chocolate, you have to use oil soluble. Water soluble will just make your chocolate seize up. It is no longer usable. You're not gonna get that beautiful final product that you want. Or let's say you're making a salad dressing and you want to add in garlic extract. Our oil soluble garlic, you can put it in there, it'll mix well, perfect, ready to go. So we don't need much at all. This is going to be like a couple drops here. It smells so good. Our extracts, I feel like, I'm sorry you guys, I've said that for every single product, but it is true. They smell so amazing. You open it up and you just get that, it just hits you in the face and you're like, wow, this smells this good, it's gonna taste even better. So with that being said, again, our extracts, they also provide aroma. So if you're baking this in your oven, your house is gonna start to smell like some wild strawberries. And our extracts, they only have one use level, unlike our artisans and compounds, because they are very concentrated. If you add too much of them, it's not going to be a desirable flavor. So make sure you're going by our guidelines. If for some reason you're tasting your final product and you want a little bit more, just do like drops or a quarter teaspoon. Don't go adding in a teaspoon or a tablespoon of our extract, because you will be disappointed. It's not gonna come out how you want it to. There is no added color in this. It's still that beautiful white whipped cream color. So this is great for if you're trying to flavor a white icing and you don't wanna add color to it. Our extracts are 100% the way to go. So there you have it, you guys. A nice, easy way to learn about Amoretti use levels. It is not as scary as some of us may think it is. It's definitely not as scary as I thought it was initially. I was super intimidated, but when I was sat down and taught this easy way to calculate them, it all just clicked and it made life super simple when I was creating recipes. You can also find on our website, we have a use level calculator. So if you know the weight of your batch, you don't want to go through doing the math, just take it, go on our website, pop that number into the use level calculator, and boom, you have the amount of product that you need to add to your batch. So there you have it. We have a beautifully colored whipped cream with our wild strawberry compound, a beautiful colored whipped cream with our wild strawberry artisan natural flavor, and a nice pure white whipped cream flavored with our wild strawberry extract. I really hope that this short lesson helped you guys to understand our use levels a little bit better. If you have any questions, feel free to ask them in the comments below. We are always happy to help with anything we can. And if you're not already, be sure to subscribe to our channel. You'll never miss a new recipe or any other tips and tricks. You can also find us on social media at Amoretti on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Pinterest. See you next time. Bye-bye.